And I really had intentions this year to get out here early and fix a couple of these minor paint issues. Like this is the seam where the hull meets the deck, and it always has a little wonky in that area. I mean 90% of it stays fine for some reason though, but there's always like a little spot here or there it has an issue. And I've fixed it from the backside and everything else, so I'm not really sure, but most people end up putting like a metal strip around here, a rub rail, and it's not the way it's supposed to be. I mean, this boat is so original. It's that original. So yeah, I was gonna fix a couple issues. Like this was one year where we had a whole lot of ice and it sat right here on a cold side of the boat, the wrong side. I guess it was the north kind of facing side, and it just kind of screwed up the paint there. And there's a couple other small places where it's seen better days, but I mean, it was going to be a minor kind of refresh, maybe 5 or 6 days, and put some white on it. White, if it's not right, paint it white, and it would have been brand new again, and I would have been ready for this boat show. And the boat show would have been extremely easy also, because, you know, when you trailer a boat down there with no intention on putting it in the water, because it's way too rough for this boat down there, and they know it too, so they're not even expecting it to go in the water. I mean, it's an easy trailer it down, party your brains out for 3 days, trailer it home, you know. So I really had big hopes for this year, and they've all been kind of dashed away, but we can still get some of this stuff done. As I said, I need to get the motor out of this boat and get to those plates fixed and anything else internal I want to do while I've got it apart. And then I may actually do a little paint work, because I mean, it's still early in the summer yet. This thing isn't really good until late summer, even like early fall, because the water's so cold. And you get splashed with this and then you get 60 mile an hour and you get 60 mile an hour winds, you end up like freezing your butt off. Like I said before, one of my coldest rides ever was a July afternoon in Delaware in a river, and when the sun went behind the trees, I mean, we were cruising along at 40 or 50 mile an hour, and you're like totally up and exposed, and I was soaked from head to toe, and I'm telling you, I shivered the whole time. Yeah, let's get some work done. Alright, got our motor out. Let's put a cork in here. I'm telling you now, if you don't have a bag of corks in your garage, you're really missing out on something. Because we're getting a little spring rain here, and I don't need anything to go down the hole, so to speak. Let's take a look at what we got going on over here. Holy cow. Yeah, I didn't see that before. I guess you can see why I'm doing this now. Wow, that's a mess. That rear one don't look as bad, but it's also got some blisters underneath, as I've said before. So I don't know, 61-year-old aluminum, didn't do this before, and it sat underwater for years. When I mean years, this boat was full of water and leaves. But I guess I gotta get the motor put away for now and get it covered up and see if this shower passes or if I'm done for the night. Day 2.5. I say half because the race boat was sitting here when I started this project, and it's now sitting over there, and it's almost a project in itself moving these guys around sometimes. But we are here. Looks like we may have some weather moving in. I don't know. Always have the black clouds overhanging us, don't we? But as I said, we're here. Just taking some poking around a little bit. I really don't want to destroy this plate too much because I really want to get a good pattern off of it. But man, I mean, it is bad. It is like, I mean, look at that. I mean, that's bad. And that's what holds the whip strut. And it's a pretty critical piece. So the objective today is to get this all disconnected, because it's actually the fitting is wider than the hole that goes through the plate. I think I'm going to change that next time. I don't want it so close. And then I got to get these 6 bolts that hold the actual whip strut in place, and then I have to take it actually out of the boat and off the stringers. Now I've had it off before. My fingers are crossed. It's been about 5, 6, 7 years, whatever it's been. And as I said, it's original. It was just painted up, and then I don't know. Like, check out how it exploded right here around this pipe. I mean, that's all aluminum. I mean, that's the plate down here. It's the thickness of my finger, if more that this piece of aluminum is expanded. Okay, on to the next step. Yes, great news. All 6 came out. It was a little scary. A couple of them were a little scary. I was a little worried about how much pressure I had to put on them to get them not to break loose, but the whip strut is saved. It's irreplaceable, so that was kind of a big concern. And these are all good to go, so I should be good from this point on, except for the fact that there was just this loud thunderclap behind me a couple seconds before I started filming, so may have to get ready for a quick bail. Okay, we got a bit of a downpour here. Instincts were right. Like I said, I was kind of thinking that we may, and so I pulled out early and got everything covered up, and then it just let loose. Got some steam rolling off the top of the boat cover here now, and the sun's starting to come out. Let a few of these lingering showers pass by, and I guess we can get back to work. Alright, we went ahead and we got our motor mounts pulled out here. These are some solid dogs. Did a little prying here, and thankfully it popped up. A little nervous about what's underneath of it, but I really just wanted to catch this real quick. This is more of an issue than I thought it was. I mean, these holes are still kind of pretty solid, but that washer all concave like that, you know there's going to be some issues coming from the way the alignment of the strut is. It's allowing it to move. Could have been some bad issues with this. I'm so happy I'm doing it. But I got to get the rest of it pried up and get it out of here, so. I had to go up underneath the dash and break the steering cables loose. I have to do it anyway for this back here when we get to it. But the plate is out, and let's go take a look. Okay, I had to actually bring the trash can outside because this thing is just falling apart and dropping aluminum everywhere. But now that I've got it out and I know that it's not going to completely fall apart, I can pick out a little bit. I mean, this is what was holding that strut. If you think this is bad, watch this. That don't look as bad as I thought it would, but all this. Here, take a check this out. I mean, I thought there was another block under here because there is one by the strut that's not sure what it's made out of, but it's like a plastic of some kind. But this is what my strut was being held on by. Now you see why I had a priority. Again, that's as thick as my finger. But I actually got to clean this up some because I'm going to use it as a pattern. And I don't want it falling all over the place. And then I got to take out the steering. So, off to work. Doing something a little different today. Taking out the green pearl. The crab killer. Out here crabbing in the heat. Actually, we're kind of just picking pots up, dropping them back in the water. I do have a few. And we haven't been out here long. Well, looks like we got some trout liners coming in, stepping all over us. It's the second trout line in a row, right on top of our traps. So we're pulling out. We're unloading the trash and we're all out. Don't think it was so bad of a trip. Couple dozen Maryland blue crabs. I think we used all of about $1 in gasoline with our 3 horsepower 4-stroke Tohatsu. Now I gotta take it up to the house and get it all put away. Fun. Some people actually put some metal around it. It's like the first airplane ever to go over our house in like 6 months, and it does it during the filming. So, wow. What are you doing? You're a wet squirrel. See that? You're doing wet squirrel. Okay.